Alright, so this is a quick run through about why our pressure washing guns fail sometimes. This particular one is leaking at all times, whether the trigger is pulled or not. It's got a nice steady stream of water coming out. So I'm going to break this down. I'm going to show you the major components of what's going on inside this gun so you can kind of understand how your equipment works, and if you have this same problem, you can diagnose it yourself and maybe fix it. Alright, now that we've got all the screws out, basically take a flathead screwdriver and separate your plastic housing. Depending on how old your gun is or how tight fitting the plastic is, you may have to work at it a little bit, but be gentle with the edges. Sometimes it will crack. Alright, so going on inside your gun, every time you pull your trigger, you've got a little pin that sits right here on the inside of this Teflon spacer. This is your hinge point for your trigger. That little pin is here. Every time you push this pin in, there's a spring and a ball valve. So now we have the spring, we have the plug, and the ball removed. The last component you can actually remove is that inner pin that pushes your ball away from the seat. So push down on this side, and then using a very small pair of needle nose pliers, reach in and remove your pin. So this is what you're looking at. This sits on your ball, and every time you pull your trigger, this pin pushes your ball away from the actual seat. This spring is what keeps the ball pushed against the seat and seals your gun when your trigger is not being pulled. The corrosion on this ball is allowing chemicals or water to flow around it in between the ball and the seat, causing the gun to leak. So in order to properly rebuild this gun, you would need a new spring, a new ball, quite possibly a new pin depending on its condition. If it's worn down, you may not actually be getting full flow through your gun if this little edge is worn down. A new plug would probably come with a rebuild kit, however not all rebuild kits are going to be supplied with this. Before you purchase a rebuild kit, one thing to keep in mind: if this inner seat area is corroded or worn or damaged in any way, a new ball, a new spring, a new plug is not going to fix your problem. So determine whether or not this inner side is damaged prior to purchasing a rebuild kit. If this is damaged, it may be more cost efficient to just purchase a whole new gun altogether.